Don't have this black culture because the first thing we say, let's join without helping our own self first to get our stuff right. Okay, now I'm changing the subject. Okay, so the subject is changed. Just go out there, shake your ass, and show yourself and scream and holler. Don't, but that's what Marcus said.
I said shake your ass.
He said just go out there and get it.
And talk to me. We keep it real, we play the field, we get that. What you boys wanna know about me?
Hey, hi, this is Rory Smith. I'm here with Marcus Hughes and Anita Lofton, the health advocate. Our show tonight is going to be excellent. Marcus was bringing you, talk to you about finances for young people graduating, just before they graduate, setting up your kids for, investments and bank accounts and driver's license, things they're going to need before they leave out. So he'll give you more detail on that. And Anita Lofton tonight is going to talk about the young man, the case in North Carolina where the young man, the Asian man was found innocent, and she'll talk about that, and she also talk about some health issues for people about 60 years old and over, about some of the health things they should be looking for. I'm Arthur Rory Smith. We're going to talk about the gun shootings in high school, and also I'm going to give you some stats on some of the shootings in America every day. Let's get it on, Anita.
Man.
Hey, how you guys doing? How's your day?
Heavy today. I'm doing good. What's up with you guys?
We all right.
We okay.
Living in the ghetto.
We feeling a little somber tonight. What's up with the crew? What's up with the crew? Is this too late for y'all? Is this too late for y'all?
No.
Do we gotta do this at 7 a.m. after y'all do your
Yes.
yoga?
I'm talking about thriving after 60, and I'm over 60, so
yeah. Thriving after 60. What's up with that? Okay, talk to me.
So I wanna talk about first what I want to mention to you guys about what Rory brought up earlier about the young man that was shot in South Carolina. I mean, it has just been bothering me in my heart about it because he's no different than what they did to Emmett Till, as far as I'm concerned.
Oh my God!
Because this young man went into the store. I guess they said they had intentions to. His name was Cyrus, South Carolina. He went into the store. I guess they said he had intentions to steal 4 bottles of water. Well, when he walked in, the wife was already harassing him. It was in an Asian store, already harassing him. He put the water back. He walked out. He ended up running. I guess he felt something. He started running, but the water was back into the water cooler. So big deal, right? So he started running because the sons of the store owner start chasing him.
Oh no.
He fell. He ran on his shoe. He fell down. Next thing you know, there was a gun that fall on the ground, but he was running. His back was turned. He ran 130 yards. So the father was behind him and shot this boy in the back. He was only 14 years old and killed him. There was no way that his life was threatened because he was running in a whole different direction. So this happened 3 years ago. Needless to say, here's the trial. The verdict was just rendered. And the Asian owner was found not guilty. How can he be found not guilty? And here's the other thing. This is not his first time doing this, the owner, shooting a patron. This is his 3rd time. One lady, he shot up her car 6 times. Then another gentleman, he shot at them too. So, but they had to hide that during the trial because it was against the law to bring up previous incidents. But I don't understand. So now this man spent 3 years in jail, but now he's out free, right? They didn't know anything about. They said the gun fell out the boy's pocket, but did they test the gun? was fingerprints on it. And even if he did have a gun, so what? He was running in the opposite direction. What you guys say about that?
No,
You
you
guys,
I
say,
think it's
so what?
horrible.
He had a gun.
I think it's horrible. I think I'm speechless because this happens to us time and time again. But if I can just take myself back to the hood, if I can take myself back to when I lived off of MacArthur and Wilson Street in Oakland, in East Oakland. It's like the beginning of East Oakland. I remember going to the corner store. It was an Asian corner store market, and I used to go in there with my son all the time, and we get candy and sodas and stuff like that. But the people were cool. I ended up having a relationship with the owners. It was an older Asian lady and an older Asian man, and they were cool. We had a relationship. They had their relationship with the community. But this triggers me because I remember going into the store. It's about 9 at night, and the Asian lady was there with a black eye, and her husband was behind the counter with like bandages and shit. And I'm like, oh shit, what happened? And she was like, yeah, they came in, they robbed us, and they beat us up. And I was like, damn, these are older people. So, how could you come in and rob these people and then like violently beat them up? So I really felt for them. And then on the flip side of it, not even the flip side, but to add to it, I'll never forget the feeling of these people are courageous because they came back the next day and opened the store. And so I really felt for them, right? And then on another occasion, this is when I got robbed. So I come out of the house. Again, it's about 10 o'clock. I'm going to 7-Eleven. I'm walking up the street. It's dark. And I look up the street and I see it's an Asian man in the middle of the street. And it's 3 young brothers and they're fucking with him, right? They doing, they messing with him. And I looked up the street. I'm like, oh man, the youngsters, they messing with the Asian dude, right? So I keep walking in that direction. Then all of a sudden the youngsters run down towards me. So now they're coming down my block. And I'm walking in their direction. And when they got about maybe 15 yards away, I seen one of them had a gun in his hand. And so at that point, I paused and backed up. And for sure, he came right up to me, put the gun right to my head, and told me to break myself. Now, lucky, just by God's grace, I kind of talked myself out of it. I gave him $3 and my jacket, and he just stood there frozen with that gun on me. And I was able to talk him through it. And then his partner told him, "Come on," and they ran off. So my dumb ass continued to go to the store, and when I get up there, they robbed the Chinese food place, Jade Palace. They robbed them. And so this is a very sad story that this young brother lost his life. And that's it for that. That's just sad, and it shouldn't be that way. But it's hard. It's hard owning a storefront in these communities, and then facing violence every day. So who knows that you say that guy has shot multiple people? Who knows what is happening to him in that community?
Well, he needed to stop. If he felt like he could not be in the community any longer without shooting people, he probably needed to change his profession.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's not okay because now he's traumatized.
Yeah.
He's just reacting based on what he think he knows about the community, and if that is the case, right? Yep. And here's the other thing: the fact that they allowed him to get away with that the first time and the second time, then now he feels invincible.
Yep.
So he can do what he want to do, and that's the biggest issue with this with this case right now.
Well, I don't think you think he's invincible. I don't.
Of course you don't.
No. Let me explain about this. I think just this society itself is whatever happens to African American, what they want to call Black American, African Americans in America, we're gonna put him back in there because if you allow him to shoot other people, and he never lost his store, and now he's the people that this is what bothers me. He ggets a jury of his peers, and
It wasn't
whoever
his
was
peers. There was three. There was four black people
it doesn't.
on that jury.
You keep
That is
interrupting me. I didn't interrupt one of y'all.
I'm just helping you with the thing.
I didn't interrupt. You get the jury, whatever jury you get, it was favored for him. Okay, because now he's walking off in it. The problem is this: when these people come into America, they want businesses, and America tell them, "We know where you can put your business," because they don't allow Black people to have businesses. And so we can have more cultural and understanding in our community with Black businesses where we can have more respect as a culture. They put other cultures in our community, from Asian, from Cambodian, whatever you want to name, the Arabs, they bring them in and say you can have a store, a cleaners, a nail shop, whatever you want. And they don't know nothing about our culture. They talk crazy to us and they teach them before they even come in the country, stay away from Black people. They'll kill you. They're thieves. They're this, like we the gypsies. So now you're going to tell them to build a store in our community, accept our money, but be afraid and be aware. And then you sell our products, our American products, because they got to sell mostly American products, from the alcohol and the beer and the wine and stuff they sell to us, and cigarettes, then the stores that sells the cigarettes and the store to our people. So now our people coming in that's like, damn, we're dealing with all this different stuff, but we're not dealing with our own people, with our own businesses, with people that look like us. And then when they do give us a loan for business, they give us the raggediest loan you can get. You get the raggediest supplies you can get. You get all these different things that's not cool and stuff like that. So that's the problem that you face in our communities. With these so-called stores and things that's in our community, it is a trap for us to get killed or robbed. Is it a trap because our conditions in our community?
Hey, both of you are bringing up some good points. I just saw this video today, maybe about 2 hours ago, and can I play it for you guys really quick? Because it falls right into this this topic. It falls right into this direction that we're going with this. It's not a long clip. I'm gonna put the camera on me and I'm gonna put my phone to the camera, and I just want y'all to listen to this, and then I really want to hear you guys' take on this.
Okay, it might be what I was hearing too. I hope that's the same one. It's
okay,
a guy.
I'm about to do it right now.
Okay.
All right,
hold
on.
What y'all think? Check it out. I love when the Black community says, let's boycott Asian businesses. Please do.
Yes,
we'll get rid
that's
of the
it.
Chinese takeout, the dry cleaners, the laundromats. Let's get rid of the liquor stores as well. Get rid of the Jordans you guys wear, the Nikes you wear, the shower caps, the Hondas, the Hyundais, all your car electricians, the electronics in your house, the Sony, the TV system, your sound system, the microphones that you guys use to rap and speak about awareness for the Black culture and the hip hop culture. That's made all in Asia. And here's another thing for you guys. You guys want us to leave the neighborhood so bad? Oh, Asian people are in our neighborhoods? We're in white neighborhoods. We have our own Chinatown. We have our own Koreatown. You think we really need you guys to benefit off and make money? A lot of us do go to college as well. You're being outworked by immigrants who barely speak English. And you're not embarrassed? Go to the bank, start your own businesses, and deal with your own people. In case you're wondering what just happened,
all right, that was it. That was a clip that the Dr. Boyce Watkins put on his channel, and I have a lot of feelings about this clip in general. But before we even get fully into the discussion, I want to preface to all of our viewers that we do in turn love everybody, and we don't discriminate against anybody. We talk about our own folks, Black folks. We talk about white folks. No one is spared here. You know, if there's a wrong, you know, we're gonna call it out and we're gonna discuss it, right? If it's a popular topic, we're gonna call it out and we're gonna discuss it. So I don't have nothing, and we don't have anything against our Asian brothers and sisters. We do not.
No, because some Asians, I'm in Medicare sales, as you know, Marcus, and they're some of the sweetest people that I've ever met. As I get to, because in my territory there's a large Asian population, and I have been fighting for the rights of the Asians in that population to get um, perfect representation, good representation from the healthcare plan that I work with, right?
Yep.
As far as materials are
Yep.
concerned, to make sure that they understand. So anybody that know me, that I am definitely an Asian advocate. So I don't want to say, it's not about Asian and black and white. This is not about that more than it's about what's wrong. I don't care if it was a black man doing that to a black. They followed this young man, right? So is it the fact that he is Asian, that where he lives gives them more respect than they do black people? Is it the
No,
system
no,
that's setting them apart? Why is that happening? I don't understand. Why is this happening?
because they are conditioning people to become citizens in America to make sure they act like the white power in America. They they respect what the power to be, the racism, the Klan. They respect us because we're going to give you a citizenship, and we're going to allow you to build your business in their community. And the one thing people know, the black people spend more money in America than any culture. We spend more money than the whole China with 1.3 billion people in buying things. So now we can't have our own stores. You remember when the last time we had our own stores was the 60s, and we thrived. The 50s, the 60s, we were able to build. We were able to come back from the bombings and them destroying all our towns from the 1800s to the early 1900s, how they bombed and destroyed all our economics. Now we come back, we start making a comeback in the late 50s and the 60s. Then they killed our leaders. So, and then this time their plan was to destroy us in the inside in the 80s. They were able to start destroying us in 1975 and taking our businesses. We're not even, half our kids, not even in school. We're not reading or writing. These kids are lost. They don't have, their fathers are not the way they should be in the household. It's all trickles down to everything these kids are learning. Many times these kids goes in the store and just take something and walk out of their stores. And sometimes you're gonna get psychologically mad. Yeah, I don't care if it's a black store and if Spanish was coming there taking
Taking
from
anything
you
out the store.
constantly.
And he took something out the store and
Yeah.
walked out with it, and they knew, I get it. I'm not protecting anybody that does anything wrong. But had he literally took something out the store and walked out the store with it, and they didn't see
You
him put
still
the
don't
water,
deserve to be killed. I don't care if he took
I'm
I
not,
don't care if he took
but
the
I'm just
money,
saying,
but once he walk out the store, or he ain't shooting at you, he ain't pulled a gun on you.
they
Well,
got
But,
insurance.
but,
it's a couple broader
but
topics when we're thinking about this.
yeah,
We can even take this in the direction of how it's becoming martial law in some of the in our communities because of the state of the economy. You have look at the jewelry stores, right, where you have these large groups of people walking right into the jewelry store and just robbing the whole place,
Right,
right? And the
right,
people
right.
that are working here can't do anything. A couple of times I've seen at the local Safeway out here where I'm shopping at 10:30 at night, and I'll never forget this. I'm in the store shopping 10:30 at night. Safeway closes at midnight, and all of a sudden, 5 cats come walking out of the back, out of the back with boxes of food and alcohol. And
and
it's
just
like, and
walk
the
out the
store
store.
workers and the security is just right there, like, yep, there they go.
And,
They're just doing it
and just
again,
walk out the store.
and they just walk out,
Now,
right? So that's
yeah.
another issue within our communities, right? It's another sign of the times and the state of the economy as well, where my family tell me all the time, "Hey, Mach, you better get your handgun, get you a new handgun, get another handgun," and they're telling me that
Right.
for a reason, right? So that also could just be a sign of the times, how it's coming down to martial law, where it's like you gotta protect you and
I
yours,
hear you.
you
I
know.
hear you, and I understand that.
And I
But
don't
this
agree
is
with that. But what I'm saying is that's a larger
You know
issue
what's you
at
know
the same
you
time.
know what's strange? I'll tell you this: if it's been things like this, people been asleep, and somebody comes into their home, break into their home, and they're taking stuff and trying to run out, and they don't even have a gun. But if you had a gun and you heard somebody running around your house and they had a gun, they're trying to get out and run out. If they come near that door where you at, you're gonna kill them.
wrong
And,
way.
okay, so
But
what
that means
people
they're
no, but let
they're
me say,
trespassing. This is
but no, let me finish. Okay, and the same thing goes for when you come in a store where they've been robbed and stolen constantly. People, you get in a bad neighborhood, people walk in and just take the cigarettes off the counter. They walk in and always, why you think they tensed up? So now here come, and then a lot of these young groups are running in with groups together, and they see these kids
that's
before.
not what happened
But
at this
but
place,
but
though.
but 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 let me finish. The same thing is when they see these individuals coming in their store, always taking, always moving around. Eventually, people gonna snap. And I don't
Did
condone
he
this
snap,
kid get
or did
no
he think
people
it was
go.
okay to do it because this is his third
Anita,
incident?
you don't know what's in people's mind.
Yeah,
I know that
but
he didn't snap.
it is his
But
third
you don't know
incident, so
what's in
he
people's
needs
mind.
to. That's not a good position
No,
for him to be
no,
in.
no, 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 no. The point is this: we never know what position anybody gonna be
This is his
in a
third
situation.
incident where he literally
Then
shot
if
and
it's his
got off
third in, wait a minute.
talking peaceable.
If it's his third interest, then why didn't people been protesting him to be gone off that lot? They let him stay,
Hey,
and y'all
I
kept
agree. And
going in
that's
their
the
store.
conversation we
Yeah,
should be
yeah,
having.
y'all kept going in the store buying. Why didn't they just get him his butt? Protesters like that group. It's a group where these brothers go in. You mess up, that whole
Right?
it's that militant group go into your whole store
Yeah,
and tell you anything else happen. Like if
I
you got a
agree.
problem with the people in the
I
community,
agree.
call us. We'll try to find out who's been doing it and work on that. The point is, if you're gonna open up a store in the community, we got to start fighting. Like you can't just open up a store in our community without our. We should have community boards and things
Absolutely.
that
Absolutely.
has to
There
get
you go.
approval
That's what I'm
for
talking
stuff
about.
to
Yeah,
come in our
I agree
community.
with that. Can I add something, you guys?
Yeah.
Yes.
Do me a
Yes.
favor. Do me a quick favor. Travel outside of the country. Okay? We own this
I
American
have.
shit. We own this. Okay. If you've really been out the country and spent time out the
Yeah.
country,
Yes.
think about it. Go into
It's
one of them
different.
stores and take something.
Yeah.
See what happened to you.
I'll tell you.
Yeah. See how far you get. Go into one of them
Hey,
stores
hey,
and take
hey.
something and
I ain't gonna
anything.
say the country,
Take
but if
anything
you
and see how far you
fool
get.
anybody, yeah,
Go
yeah.
on one of them
Well, that's
resorts. Go on one of them resorts and fuck around, and the dude is sitting there with the M16.
No, Marcus.
Yes, you
Total
can't just.
situation.
Yeah, it's coming down
We
to
in the
martial.
United States, he didn't take anything.
How do you know?
I need you to do your research. I'm gonna talk about what I'm here to talk about, and we need to go back. Our next show, we need to talk about it when you do your research. I know they had a trial. It was very clear. He didn't take anything.
Mm-hmm.
They targeted this young boy. He didn't take not one thing. He had some water. He put the water back. He left out the store. The boys chased him.
So let me ask you something. You say a gun fell out
Why
of
did
his
he
coat?
run? Why
A
did he
gun fell
run?
out of, but a gun fell out of his
He
coat.
cut-
Why did
yeah,
he run?
they said he was because he was feeling. I guess he was feeling some kind of intimidated or something. I don't know.
And
Because when he first walked in, the wife was all down his back the whole night. He couldn't even take anything.
and he
She
he
It was
had a
Harry up
gun.
and by.
He had a
It was Harry
gun.
up and by.
no, she racially profiled
No,
him.
did he
in
have
our
a gun
store.
when he did he have a gun?
No,
So he never had a gun when
not
they.
when he walked in the store.
So what? No, I thought you said a gun
Nita,
fell out of his jacket.
did he
I,
have a gun?
But it might not even have been his gun. That's the whole
Oh, wait a minute.
thing.
How is not his gun if it's on him?
Oh my God.
I thought you.
I just I just told you that his I just told you that his sons had was Bob chasing him. He was running. He fell out of his shoe. They said that he had a gun fell out of his pocket. They haven't even determined if the gun was his, the fingerprints or
I
anything.
got you.
So
I
so
got
what
you.
happened
Yeah.
is the
So where did
boys
the gun come from?
I'm not finished. The issue is the boys shot him, but they're saying that he was getting ready to look around as he was running. That the father shot him, afraid of what he was going to do to the boys. All of a sudden, they said that there was a gun there. So they said it fell out of his pocket.
No.
How do
What,
we know?
so just based off what I'm hearing right now, those guys should be convicted of murder in the first
Yes.
degree. You ran after somebody, you chased them, and you killed them. That's
you.
you shot him in the back. That's
Shot him in the
you
back.
know that's on some
And it's not like Marcus, he pulled a gun on him in the store. They didn't even know he emptied out. How do you empty out all your pockets and say, I have nothing? Look, I didn't take anything from you before he left the store.
yeah.
And then you say later he had a gun?
Yeah, they were charged up. They were charged up. And they probably experienced a bunch of violence towards them, and tensions probably were really high. And like you said, some people are not cut out to be in certain positions. It's like some people aren't cut out to be police officers. Some people aren't cut out to be entrepreneurs. I'll never forget when I first opened my office in downtown Berkeley. There used to be a lot of homeless people in front of my office. And when I first got there, I would go out, I would come in the office, they right in front of the office. I'll hop out my car flashing on them, and then I'll be inside of the office and then they'll come and like smoke meth and shit right in front of my window. And I'll bust out the door yelling at them and shit until where I almost got into a real altercation with one of them. And the other store owner came out and grabbed me and explained to me that I can't go about it that way. I'll end up losing everything if I fight with this guy.
Right.
And so I had to learn the cadence of a business owner that has a storefront. You can't rule with an iron fist. You
Yes.
have community advocates. You have your local police. You got to use those services. You can't just be a renegade out there, or you'll get yourself in a lot of trouble. And in that situation, those owners should have been in a lot of trouble because they murdered that man in cold blood. Now, what I want to ask you guys, in reference to that video. That video, there was a man on there, an Asian man, saying that in reference to black people boycotting Asian businesses, that he's daring us to boycott them because everything we use on a daily basis, it comes from them. And we need them. And so, that's a
He
good...
even said something like this, Marcus, and I don't know if it was on this. He said, and who's going to do your nails? Who's going to do the black women's nails with a bad attitude? Try to take it somewhere else. He was just really tearing us apart.
He was tearing us apart. A lot of the stuff was... I can
what
understand
I'm trying to say
it.
is...
There's some stuff.
Yeah, I understand it. But I think he was off base. I think he was slightly off base.
You don't let nobody
respond
to what you just... Let us respond to what you just said.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so my thing is this. Nothing that China sends to America, yes, we use that because we shop at the Walmart stores. We don't ask from where it comes from. I don't care if it came from Mexico. We don't care if it comes from Vietnam, Russia, whatever, America, because we don't own these stores. So whatever the people that shipping the box, the wood, whatever, if they say it's from China, and half the stuff that come there is not good for us to use anyway. We don't know where these materials come. There are great things that come from China. There are great things come from Vietnam. There are bad trinklet things that come stuff. But that's not the point. Is this? I don't know why when people say we need them, we don't. You just anybody can get the training to do nails. Anybody can get the training to build. You just start training these young kids like we used to before the 80s on back. We used to train them in school to do welding, metal shop sewing, build computers, whatever we needed to do. We were the builders in this United States. So anything you
And
want to
right
talk
now,
about,
they
I understand.
monopolize all these things for us. The computers and the nail shops, all of that stuff. You don't
Hey, put
see
it this way. I'll tell them this. What if black people wasn't buying it?
right.
What the main
What about your
I
economy?
know exactly
Where
where we would be hurt. I know exactly
Shoot.
where we would be hurt if if we boycotted the Asians and they dropped out. Black women would be fucked off because
Okay,
the
here.
black
Because of the
women get their
wig.
hair and nails. That shit's like drugs to them. And as far as black men,
I think you're
the
part
prostitution. The
from
black
here.
married men,
Prostitution.
the black married men would
Not
not
here
be
in
able to go
America,
get
not
massages.
no,
They wouldn't go get those massages
man, you
with the
don't know.
happy endings.
Man,
It would
you
be
don't
a
know
lot.
you.
The
That's
murder
what they
rate
do
would
with those
increase.
massage
Bro,
parlors
stop
anyway.
all
You
that.
right, you're right, Marcus. I agree.
Oh, y'all,
The
y'all
divorce
crazy as
rate,
hell.
the
That's
divorce
true.
rate, and the marriage
Yeah,
rate, the divorce rate and the murder rate would increase.
Prostitution. Yeah, prostitution. I guess we coming to your house. And I'm gonna sit out front with my camera because you must know personally.
No,
Yeah. So
I don't know nothing about that. I only hear
Yeah,
Birdie. Trust me, Birdie told me.
You
I
know,
don't get
then
down.
how you speak is only
it's
people
true
that know.
though. Don't act brand new, Rory. You know
But
that's
we about to move forward on this topic. We said enough. Marcus, give us a topic or talk about what you want to talk about. Let's bring up something good because
well, actually, I need to move into my topic anyway. That was
you did.
No.
You brought up you said you had two topics
She
tonight.
didn't talk
I
about
didn't talk
hers.
about
Let her
thriving.
we not in a rush. You in a rush, bro? You got somewhere to be?
Yes.
Wait a minute.
that's what
Didn't you say I was in charge?
No, you just hosting. You got somewhere to
No,
be?
if I'm hosting.
Oh shit! Hey,
Yeah.
Go on,
Okay.
go
So,
on.
hey, go next, and then Anita
Oh,
can
and
come in.
I can use this for next week. This is fine.
no,
This is good, 'cause
we already got the
that's
thumbnail
more
up.
important to
We
me.
already got the
Okay.
thumbnail up. Go ahead, Anita.
Okay, perfect. All right. I wanted to talk about thriving after 60. As you guys know, I'm over 60, getting ready to retire, and I'm off, right? Right now, I'm not totally retired. I'm getting ready to retire. And I find myself really, really trying to figure out what I'm going to do for the day, right? I'm not really focused on, I really don't have it together. And guess what? I find myself, honestly, I get anxiety. Like, something's wrong, or because I'm not out working, or my life, what is my life? I literally wake up with this anxiety on my chest, right? So as I'm starting to journal and I'm starting to read a little more, I feel like I need to take a minute just to focus on me, right? To find out who I really am, because when you're working all this time, you really lose yourself because you're into the organization that you're working with, right? So I decided to talk about this because people need to know that your life is not over after 60 years old. And the first thing that I'm going to do as a senior is I'm going to go and get some therapy, some mental therapy, right? And there's nothing wrong with that, because you want to know why we spend all of our lives or working and not really taking care of our mental health or our physical health. And that's mostly what I talk about all the time is our physical health. We need to start with therapy, first of all. And then after that, we need to think about, and as we're doing that therapy, it's a time for us to think about doing what we always wanted to do, whether we wanted to start a business or whatever, and know that we can do it because we are the master of our own destiny, right? So I don't have a lot to say about that. I just want to make sure that everybody understands that when you're aging and you're getting ready to retire and you're now in control of your life, there's nothing wrong with getting therapy. Therapy does not mean that you're crazy. It just sometimes means you got to talk it through, right? You got to figure out what's your next step, how you're going to move. And then join some groups. There's a lot of different groups out there. for depending on how long you worked in your field, you can become a consultant. So that's
You
it.
got
I
ticks in
said
your
a lot.
beard?
Come on, man.
That's it. That's all I wanted to say,
I'm
you
not
guys.
on
I just
camera.
needed.
What I'm gonna say is my goal, because I'm 40. Nah, no, I'm just kidding. My goal is to get in the best shape I can and
Mm,
to keep going. Because so now I got 9 pounds off. Because I'm noticing about a lot of my friends and people I grew up with, they're very ill
yeah.
at my age, and they're very crippled. Some of them can't walk. Some of them is on wheelchairs. We don't realize we can reverse some of the medicine and things we're taking by just taking care of ourselves, eating differently, timely eating, because a lot of us are, when you retire, you eat and go to bed. That's a bad habit. You eat and go to bed.
Or you
And
eat all
so,
day.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so now you got to just change. I don't eat meat no more. I don't eat red meat because the older I got, I found out it's hard to digest. It was hard for me my stomach is not young no more. So I cut back, and that helped me a lot. You need to find out what works for you. You got to find out what vitamins work for you, and really take this stuff because you really need vitamins and stuff. All I'm saying is when you get in your 60s, you got to focus even on your eyes, your teeth, everything, because it can just go just like that. And so you got to focus on your skin, everything you're going through. I have some skin problems, so I'm working on that. I had hand problems. I had 4 or 5 hand surgeries in the last two years. And so my hands are working again. So anytime you start having things, I would tell make sure you got a doctor that you can talk to and tell really what's happening with you, and they listen to what's going on
If
instead of
you don't
doctors
listen,
just,
choose another one. How about
yeah,
that? You're
yeah.
right.
And so, and if you have a pain in your knee or your back, say for more than 3 or 4 days, you need to go get that checked out, because there's something going. Nothing pains you that long unless there's something wrong down there. You understand that, Mark? I know you got to get that penicillin, but anyway, that's the thing.
You see this? You see
That's
this?
the thing that's the
I don't know
thing you
what
got to
y'all
do.
talking about. Cause take off your hat, Roy. Take off your hat real quick.
Or what? You think,
Yeah, I'm just
Marcus,
saying.
we can see all the way to your scalp and you got hair. I'm bald. We can see all the way
I
to
don't
your
know nothing
scalp and
about
you
these
got
problems y'all
hair.
talking about. I'm gonna keep brushing my waves and my beard.
Wait, them
No,
are BBs.
no, that's a really good on some real stuff.
Yeah,
That's a really
yeah.
good topic right there. What is? I got so many questions. Like what is? Damn. What is dating like? What does fun look like?
Exactly, Marcus, for real?
No,
Yeah.
for real. I do.
That's a
Like
good.
what
That's
does
a good
dating
question.
look like? Do you even, if you're not married, can you still fall in love? Is what will you get married ever? Are you open for marriage? Does that even matter? Do you want grandkids? Like I don't know. I don't know. I'm
Those are good
nervous. I'm
questions
I'm
because
scared.
dating, as you know, I am single. Rory, you're single too, basically. I mean, you're not married, right?
Yeah.
So we're around the same age, and I really think about, do I want to get married? And I really, I mean, I like the idea of having a companion, right? But I don't know if I want to say I do and walk down the aisle and all that. I just think that's a little bit too much, you know? So, I mean, so yeah, those are
I
good
think it's
questions.
just based on the relationship you're in.
Mhm.
I think some people always want to be married when they're in a relationship, and I think some people want to be married, but it takes a lot to get married. And then I think some people want to be single, and some people just want to be by themselves. If you live your life, you just got to find out what makes you happy. I tell you, the most thing that makes me happy is peace. and just being able to be at peace, so not being in no type of arguments, nothing, just being at peace. You're gonna have controversy with people from family, from people you're dating, from if you're married, you're gonna have but I still think at my older years, I do not want to have any significant wars with no one. I just want to be at peace
But what about
because the
what about, because you two are both successful people, and you both of you have your own things. You
yeah,
both of you are self-sufficient. Like, you're what I want to be, you continue to be, right?
uh,
You both have your own stuff, your own places, your own cars, your own money. So how would that be? Would you guys, are you guys open to moving in with somebody else, or letting someone else move in with you full time? Because I like living by myself. I do. I do. You know, I'm single now,
yeah,
but I
yeah,
date, and
yeah,
I love my friend, but every day we see each other every day.
right.
But it's just, it's something about knowing that the person got to go. She got to go though. You know, if it gets too hot, if we get too, if I'm not feeling it, then I'm not overly stressed, because I know come 7 in the morning she's going to work and she don't have to come back. But that's what calms me right now. But if we were living together, then that's a different level. Where if we're not feeling each other, I know, shit, she gonna be at the house when I get back home. Like, I don't know. Are you guys willing to go through that type of level again, or that's over with?
Right away, not right away. It has to be something where, like the guy I'm dating now, he has his own life, and I love it. And the I used to be like, oh, he didn't do this, or he not. And now I realize that he's giving me my space and I'm giving him his, and when we get together it's nice, right? So if it always was that way, like, okay, maybe we decide to get together and we live together or whatever, and he has his life and I have mine, and he's not waiting for me to do this with him or that with him, and we get together and we got a clear understanding and trust, I could do it. But I can't do it with someone who is controlling, and want to treat me like a concubine, or that kind of thing. I can't do it. I don't want to. I don't have to do this with you. I don't want to. I got my own life. Let me do me.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Well, for
Wow.
me, I tell you, I'm at peace, and anyone that be with me have their freedom to do what they
Yeah.
got. They do what they can have a career. I don't judge them. I don't judge them in religion. I don't judge them in nothing they do. It's just that when we together, we we supposed to be tight, love one another, share, do things, enjoy. One thing I will say, when you reach my age, you also got to be very careful about your health and your position you're in. Because if you get really sick, there's laws that your kids or people come in that can control your life. So when you have somebody in your life that's your partner and y'all really got a great relationship, they will make sure you're always safe. So that's something that you always got to consider too as you get older. Being alone, it means you have to really take care of yourself. I mean, take care of your health, take care. Like a lot of people like to party, go to clubs and get COVID, get colds, get all. That's not me. I'm not in the
At our
clubs no
age,
more.
people still
Uh,
partying like
oh
that.
yeah, yeah, you just got
Yeah.
back from Vegas. But anyway,
Yeah, but I got back from Vegas for my granddaughter's
oh yeah, yeah,
graduation.
but you
But
party,
I
baby.
partied
I
while I
know
was there. But now I'm
that.
tired. I'm like, oh,
But
gotta
what I'm
figure it out.
saying is, you got to take care. There are things that you can't take at 60. Marcus is still in his 40s. He could probably get past getting a real bad virus, and he probably might. It's a good chance he can get past it. Us, if it attacks our immune system, our kidneys, or liver, it's a chance we might not get past it because our immune our immune system not as strong as it used to be. So you have to be smart on who you bring in your life and all the different things. And because I'm a clean man. So I just got to be smart in who I bring in my life and that we do it together. You just got to find somebody that's willing to work with you and y'all work together because every individual is different. Every one of us see God different. Every one of us see our life different. We the only one know how we really think and stuff. We don't even tell everybody how we think. When people say stuff, sometimes we just shut our mouth. But in our mind, we probably say, "Ooh, wait, that's a nut," or something wrong with that
And
person,
then Marcus, with you're newly going through a divorce,
Who?
right? So you're not even.
Thanks, Anita. No, I'm joking. It's good. I'm joking. It's good. It's good. It's good. Yeah.
Player.
Well, I'm sorry.
No, it's
But I'm just
good.
saying,
No, go ahead. It's out there now. Put all my
I
business
just
out
said
there.
that
It's
you're
cool.
going through a transition. I
It's a
apologize.
divorce.
And he's in
It's a
therapy
divorce.
too.
That's
Like
what
you
it is.
said, he's getting help.
It's a
And he's
divorce,
getting
yeah.
help. He's in
Are
therapy.
you in therapy? Are you in therapy, Marcus?
I see a psychiatrist. I'm actually medically disabled right now, for real.
Yeah.
This stuff is
Yeah.
painful.
Yeah.
Life is painful.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
I'm going through a serious transition to where I see a
Yeah.
psychiatrist. I'm medically disabled, and that's
And,
just what
and
it
Rory
is,
the
you know?
therapist. He see Rory the therapist,
That-
and he see Larry the psychiatrist.
Part of my psyche is Rory's fault. You see, he don't listen. Roy don't listen to shit.
And I think that's some of the best thing that you can do. A lot of people feel like therapy, I don't need it, or especially men, I don't need that. But
I was one of them until I got it. And when I got it, I had a therapist and a psychiatrist. That's what was a trip. I didn't realize there was a difference in them, but it's a big difference in them how they approach their approach to helping you and stuff. So I had both. Kaiser gave me a therapist and a psychiatrist, and I would see the therapist once a week, and I would see the psychiatrist once a week. And I tell you, I didn't know things about me until they talked to me about me. And it's amazing that they can find words or things, how I talk, how I think, how I move, how they came back and say, and the questions they would say, the words they would say to me, it really balanced me before I'd done something stupid. You know what I'm saying?
One of the first things that my psychiatrist told me was, because it was very hard for me to open up. It's very hard for me to open up because I just didn't grow up like that. I didn't grow up where people actually listen to your emotions and your feelings.
You're a man too, so a lot of men.
And I'm a man, right? And I got some shame because of the mistakes that I've made, and a little bit of shame for some of the opportunities that I've squandered throughout my adulthood. I've had some really huge successes and some really low points, And so one of the first things that he told me was, there are a lot of men, this is very common for men around my age, and there he sees a lot of patients with very similar issues. So it's just not talked about openly. It's not table talk, especially if you didn't have like a grandfather or a father that you could have watched go through some of these things, or that was open with you like that. And so he's helped me understand that, some of these symptoms are just life, and it's very common for people to go through these things. So he helped me get over the shame and just to accept myself and accept where I'm at, and push forward from there. Yeah.
And Anita, he helped him in one thing. He helped him stop wearing them tight checkered pants.
Yeah. So no, this is serious, you guys.
No, that style phased out. That's what happened with that. But go ahead, Anita.
This is very serious, you guys. Because really, once you go to a therapist and you can have someone help you see yourself and how to move forward in life, because then you realize that it's not just you. There's so many other people that's kind of going through the same thing, and you learn to accept it, and then you can move forward and build from there. So I applaud you for doing that, Marcus, at such a young age. That's a big deal. And I'm talking about it for us over 60, but I applaud you for what you're doing.
No, thank you. But life after, and I'm learning that even life after divorce is a real thing too.
Yes.
And going through like a major breakup in your 40s or at an older age, it's different from when you 32, 25 or some shit. Like 32, I wouldn't give a fuck. What? Easy. I'm outside, no problem.
Well,
45 though, I'm like, ooh, hairline ain't the same. Hold on. It just, I don't want to go out with only $200. No,
Right.
like no, at 30, it don't matter. I go out with no money. It's lit. Now it's like,
yeah,
nah, life ain't really right. And
Responsible.
even
Being
and even with
responsible.
even with a pocket full of money, the nice car, I had the X7 BMW matte black fresh off the lot. None of that stuff mattered. It's like, what am I
matter.
doing?
No,
You think a lot
none
deeper,
of
and
that
then
stuff matter.
and then you
Yeah,
look at like what you're
yeah,
attracting.
Like kids.
Yeah,
yeah,
and
Yeah.
I'm worried about the children. Like now I know the impact on the kids. I didn't realize it
yeah,
younger. All I realized younger was regardless, I'm a great dad. I'm gonna be there. Period. But no, that split household,
yeah,
it really damages the kids. And then not
yeah,
only that, we can say what we want to say, but in my cases, the women get really vengeful and they take that shit out on you, but ultimately it hurts the children. It hurts the children,
Anita set up on that one. Wait
no,
a
I
minute.
mean I'm just telling the truth. I'm just telling, hey, it is what it is.
But
It
men
don't
can
make
get vengeful
it don't
too.
make
I've
it.
had a vengeful
I'm not
man in
saying
my life.
nobody is
My
right or
husband was
nobody's
crazy.
wrong, but I'll tell you this, and I'll shut up about it. What I learned on this go round is you can't, if you fuck over somebody, like cheat or something like that, and you hurt them to their core, then you don't get to choose how they respond. So when I say,
True.
okay,
That's
the exes get vengeful and they start doing shit, talking about the dad and all that, you don't get to choose. You don't get to say, hey,
right.
hey, that wasn't, nah. They gonna come at your ass and they gonna salt your name. They gonna ruin your name in every circle they possibly can. They gonna tell the kids that you ain't all of that.
But they don't understand
That's just what it is. But you don't
they
get to
don't
choose.
understand
But
that the best revenge is just to move with silence because that kills you. The person that did the dirt
yes,
and they move with silence,
yeah,
that hurts them
Yep,
worse.
that's true.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
how
yeah.
I feel. Cause
So
Mhm.
yeah,
yeah, so this that was an interesting topic, because when you're dating at an older age, we all come with baggage. Everybody's coming with
yeah,
notable heavy
That,
baggage. If
yeah.
you over
But
30, if you over 34, you coming with some
yeah.
shit. You coming with
Well,
some
I don't
kid.
call
You
it.
coming with some
Yeah,
kids,
yeah,
some divorces,
yeah,
some
yeah.
issues.
How old were
But
you,
you just come
Rory,
in with life.
when you divorced? How old were you when when you divorced?
Uh, when I stood the process, I had to be about 57,
Mm.
58. Yeah.
Wow.
But mine was a lot different than Marcus. Ours was done 4 years prior, 3 to 4 years prior before I got it. We were roommates for a long time. So, and it was much, if you were to talk about it 3, 4 years ago, it was a little pain. It was different. But but we lived together for about 3 or 4 years, like roommates. And so it was much
Amazing and
easier.
sweetie.
It was much easier. And then I didn't want anything. I didn't care less about, I always said to myself, furniture, all that you can replace. I don't care about all that. But also at the same time, the greatest word in the world is not yes. It's always been no. And the world operates on yes. And that's a big problem in any of our households. We operate on yes, and yes done got us in more trouble with our families, our brothers, our sisters, our mothers. Yes is the most devastating thing, but no will keep you safe. will save your life. It'll keep you safe. And anything when we think we're helping our family, they won't help. We step in. They don't appreciate it. It's crazy how life is, man.
It really helps.
Yeah,
Then when you help too much, then they
yeah,
expect it and then
they
they hate
expect.
you.
Yeah, so you have to be careful on a lot of things. Now we're gonna go to another subject. I'm gonna go to I'm gonna do that last subject, Marcus, because with you because that's a mellow subject. I want to finish up with this tough, and we're not gonna stay long on this subject. But the subject I'm going into, there have been this year in 2026, there's been 55 shootings on schools. 55 shootings. And lately, at the graduation in Fairfield, California, Richmond, Virginia, and Columbus, Ohio, there have been shootings. And you're talking about six people losing their, no, four, I think 4 or 5 people losing their life, and about 8 or 9 people being shot, being wounded. And I just started looking, and then I started realizing, I said, all these kids today have more guns. Even when I was a kid, they got way more guns in the community today. And so I started keep researching. I said, how much gun violence it is in America? 130 people get shot every day and killed in America. 130. And out of the 130, 260 people get wounded by gunshot every day. So you're talking more people in a war in America lose their life every day. And so that's why when I be hearing about these, I'm going to the graduations, I just think that many of these things we advertise make people think of doing the same thing. Like the guy strapped all the bombs on him like a movie, go in and put the bombs on all the people, and then they come in and kill him. These things, television, social media, show so many kids fighting and running in the store, grabbing stuff and doing all the things. I believe that we got to cut back and start showing beautiful TV, beautiful stories. When we was kids, we saw Lucille Ball, we saw the Little Rascals, the Three
And we kind of
Stooges.
late from
Yeah,
that.
yeah. But what I'm saying is, even our tough shows like Dallas, they didn't show all this blood. They talked a bunch of stuff. But I'm just saying that everything is based on violence. Even the soap operas today, based on killing and murder, and the rich people. Oh, okay, let's poison them so they don't get mama's money. All these things that we're teaching our kids is to do violence to get ahead, and it's to win. You have to kill to win. You have to shoot and stab. And I didn't even get into the stabbings. I'm just telling you about you know, every day you have 290 people involved in gun violence in America. 290 people daily.
How do we fix it? How do we change it?
Uh, you have if you got 290 people involved in gun violence, and then I ain't talking about the stabbings and the beatings and all that, but just the shootings alone. We all know first of all, you got to go to the head of the snake. What's the head of the snake? Politicians. What's the next head of the snake? The gun owners. Okay. These kids ain't got they don't own no gun factories or nothing. It has to get to them. Okay. Anything that we got in the poor communities, anytime we giving young people guns, but today, a lot of people that buy guns is killing people. A lot of people that's got their guns legally are literally feeling good. Stand your ground. I remember when that first started happening with your Zimmerman, stand your ground when they got big. So people start shooting. Now that's really big. Everybody claimed they can stand their ground.
Not in our country. It's not in our state, not in California.
But it's
No
still.
stand the ground law.
But even if it ain't in our state, we kill more people in California than any other state.
My point is, what do we do? I mean, we can't rely on the law because they're not going to do anything. How do we protect our own.
Give me
And
a prime example of something. Give you a prime example of something.
I don't
You
mean
ask,
just blacks. I mean just how do
yeah,
we?
but give me a prime example of something. You got a 7-year-old kid, and you give him his backpack, girl or boy, and you send him out to school. Not bus, they walk to school. How do you know they got to school? You see, a lot of kids that's 12 and 13, 14 years old, I can drive around now, go to Oakland, San Francisco, go to the poor community. These kids are standing on the corner. They're supposed to be in school. And so by the schools is not even reporting to the parents that your kid been out of school for 2 months or a month. They're not even
Remember back in the
reporting.
day when we were growing
Uh,
up, they had to
one
tell us,
day, yeah, one day they was at your house in
or
the
they called
60s.
the same day.
And if
Know
you
that.
and if you don't report to them as a parent, you can get in trouble with the law. So the point that they stopped in it like around 73, 75, they start stopping that program. But if parents are not involved in their kid, one thing Marcus will tell you, we go back and forth sometime, but I have him involved in his kids. I talk about it all the time. I said, listen, if it wasn't for Marcus stepping up for his son wouldn't be going to college because he just think it falls in your lap. It does nothing falls in your lap. You got to go out and you got to hold your kid hand and you got to be on. I don't care if you don't like it. You got to take him in there and get it done so you know when he first leave your house or she leave your house, they're prepared. Like you're talking about what you're going to talk about in, they're prepared. So what I'm saying to us, we are not preparing our kids. And that's why it's easy for them to have anger, violence. It's easy. And when the mothers are more violent on their sons than men ever been because they raise them by themselves. When you start doing that and all they see is yelling, name calling, they'll be aggressive in the community. They don't know how to deal with being, and then some kids getting bullied and bullied, then they snap. Next thing you know, they coming with their pop gun, all these different things that kids go. Now we hear people shooting in churches. We hear people shooting anywhere, we hear the guy go in Vegas and shoot 400 people, kill 58 people. We hear
And now,
things that
you go, there's a security guard. Everywhere you look, there's a security guard.
Mm-hmm.
But you guys want to know something? Back in 2009, my friend owned a security company, and he told me this, that in the next 10 years, there was going to be security guards everywhere.
And they paying them a dime to die.
So what was the basis of that, Anita?
I don't know. I mean, at the time I didn't ask the question.
He's just telling you you're gonna get out of control.
But as the time progressed, things have just gotten out of control. The banking system, the stores are stealing. It's just everywhere you look.
If you've been to Vegas, you had a good time because you went on the sites where they have, the strip and then a little bit of old downtown is really nice. But if you go drive around Vegas, it's so poor. How can y'all make so much money to make Vegas so poor for the people? And it's amazing. All you got to do, it's like when Marcus was talking about Vallejo, they got $68 billion. Now, what are they doing with it? So I shouldn't see none of these girls.
They're building all new kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Everywhere you look, there's
but I shouldn't see a part of that money should have been hit them girls, them 15, 14, 15, 16 girls off the corner.
Off the street.
Yes. Why is that? And so is what they see is important. And slowly I see cities like Vegas, like Vallejo going to become in 20 years a very popular city because people are buying. One thing I'm going to tell you about what they said in the real estate, it has slowed down tremendously. Buying the house sale. It was all on the news last night. House sales done just hit a halt like that. And what they said after, he said, you know what? A lot of private bought up all these properties and just sitting on them. and they're waiting till you move all these people out to just come in and build on it and charge these tremendous prices and stuff. So things like that is going to go down in the future. Like Marcus said, to invest. But Marcus, go ahead. I'll do some more research on some things, but go ahead, brother, and talk about some of the things we should do as parents for our kids to make our kids more successful leaving the home.
Yeah. I guess we'll close out on a higher note. I don't have much after some of the topics that we discussed. Man, it was some really sad stuff. Some really sad stuff, especially in regards to the shootings at the graduations. And so, on a lighter note, we just want to try to prepare our children to become financially responsible people. So we all know if when your kids are going to college, some of us qualify for the things that they call our Pell Grants and different scholarships. So if your kid does qualify via the parents for different scholarships and Pell Grants, you want to look into setting up different accounts for your kid. Number one, you want to look at insurances, a whole life insurance for your kid would be probably the best type of investment that you could do if you could afford that, because a whole life insurance, a policy,
$10 a month ain't bad.
will allow them to actually access some of that cash once they hit like 30 years old. If your kid is 18, you open up a policy now. By the time they're 30, 35, they'll have a nest of cash that they could actually pull out and use while they're still living. And I can tell you, as a 35-year-old man who's trying to buy his first property, if he had, $30,000, $50,000, he can pull from a life insurance policy that his parent established 20 years earlier, would be a tremendous benefit for that kid's life. So look into some insurance policies for your kids. Look into high yielding savings accounts. If you can, get your kid a financial planner right now so that they can understand that managing your finances is a serious thing, and so that they can start to hear the lingo and start to understand the different definitions and learn how to actually balance a checkbook. Now the checkbooks are digital, so they need to understand what's happening in the savings account, what's happening in their checking account, and the differences between the two. And especially, I'll say this again, especially credit cards. Now I'm getting all kind of the ladies are showing up to my house now. Sally Mae. We getting those letters now. So my son gets mail now, and I look and I'm like, what the? They trying to get him. They trying to get him on them loans. And to kids coming out of certain environments, those loans, they look like gold chains to them. That's a new chain, that's a new shoes, that's a new car, that is debt. And so right now at 18, I'm getting my son a mortgage license and a real estate license, not to actually practice, but to have, right? And so that he understands and he has the knowledge of loans, and he has the knowledge of acquiring property and land, right?
Great idea.
And getting him that financial advisor so he can sit down and manage whatever money that he has. So he's not going into the thing blindly. So
they do the athletes, huh? Do they do that with professional?
No, they supposed to, but they do have meetings with them, but they grown then.
They're starting to do it more now, because it's becoming more of a popular topic, but it's even more so, you don't have to wait until the kid is 22, 23 and he's a professional now.
Right.
You can do it now, because our kids are going off into the world now on their own. So it's more than just, it's the core things, right? Put the condoms on. No for boys, right? No means no. If a woman tells you not right now, she means that. That means not right now. Okay.
So
the condoms, the showing up on time and early and follow up, being a man of your word. You know, it's all of the above. But what's often forgotten about is the financial education. They need to You can open up a stock. You can open up a Robinhood account for your kid right now. You know, a lot of money is being passed around for the graduation, right? So yeah, we can take $500, $1,000, put that in the Robinhood. Learn to invest that. With your, work with your financial advisor at a young age, and invest that $1,000 and try to grow it, right? So we're gonna end on that positive note. There are
but
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, we want to say something about
I'm sorry, go ahead. My bad. Go ahead.
What I'm gonna say is this. I'm gonna backtrack a little bit what he's saying. I think you even have to start it when they're in middle school. When my son was young, I make him pay my first PG&E bill and the water bill at 4 years old. I gave him the papers and the money and then had him go in, stand in line. I followed him and he didn't see me to make him do it. I told him how much money he's going to get back, a little change and stuff. The point is this: you got to start showing your kids how you pay rent, how you bank, how you set up, your accounts online. All the different things be good for kids, at least when they're 11 and 12-year-old in middle school. Because I tell you, if they aware of that even before they leave, it's, to me, being a senior is kind of late, because it's going to take him to develop his mind over and over to get used to it, and that take a minute. But when you start earlier or start early with something, it builds them. They have a better understanding before they even get out of high school what I have to do, and to get ready and stuff. They can open up bank accounts at 14, 15 with the mother and father's signature. The point is, there are different things you can do with your kid. Robinhood was great, but then you got to tell them they got to get AI certified, as they start understanding, because AI going to do a lot of that work for them. So they're going to have to understand a lot of different things in the future, that is more advanced than even Marcus, time. They're way more advanced in today's time than when y'all grew up. And especially me, they see, you way more advanced than when I grew up. And then my mother used to get mad at us because we was way more advanced. And they used to tell us we don't know nothing about the past. The point is this: work with your kids as early as possible. And I got my son is teaching his kids right now. He said he's doing the same thing I did. He bought them some hand gloves so they couldn't cut. He's teaching them how to cut food in the kitchen, how to cut vegetables and things, how to cook. He's teaching his kids at 5 and 7 and 8 years old how to do certain things now. And how to run the vacuum, mow lawn. All that stuff is important for your kids to have a full mind. And when they have a full mind, they're not as influenced by the outside when they have a full mind of understanding what they need to do. When they don't have a full mind, they get influenced from the outside.
Yep.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's it for tonight, y'all. Thank you, Arthur,
right,
Rory, and Smith, for putting us all to sleep. It's time to go to sleep. Rory, you gave us a good nighttime story. And
y'all talk more
we
than
love
me
y'all.
Today. Y'all talk more than me today. Come on,
good night,
Marcus.
It was coming from Vegas, so that's what it is. So good night.
Don't have this black culture, because the first thing we say, let's join, without helping our own self first to get our stuff right. Okay, now I'm changing the subject. Okay, so the subject is changed. Just go out there, shake your ass, and show yourself and scream and holler. But that's what Marcus said.
I said shake your ass.
He said, just go out there and get it.